We now join the following program already in progress.
And the guy slapped the horse on the butt and it kicked the other guy in the face, and then he jumped on the horse and the motorcycles were chasing him and he took out his gun and he's like pew pew pew, and they all go crashing and fly all over the place, and they got samurai swords and they're
A $14 million bounty on his head. And everyone in the city wants a piece of it. I say the odds are about even.
I'm Lindsay, and this is my review for John Wick 3 Parabellum. I loved this movie. I thought it was great. As far as John Wick movies, I think it's the second best. I'm not going to try to explain the plot of this film to you. It has a lot of intricacies and little twists and turns here and there, nothing huge. But pretty much the basic storyline is John Wick trying not to get killed. Do you need any more than that? I don't think you do. Amazing action scenes. The fight choreography is just out of this world. You have fight scenes that just go 10 plus minutes. And a majority of them don't get boring because there's changes in location, there's changes in weapons and fighting styles. So it keeps you entertained through these extensive fight scenes. There are a couple, I think, that go on a little too long just because nothing is being changed up. It's same guns, same fighting style, same enemies, same location. So if you stretch that out too long, it can get kind of boring. There are a couple fight scenes in this that I thought were just a tad too long, but for a majority of them, I thought they were perfect. Especially the first fight scenes in Chinatown. Somebody did not watch Surviving Edged Weapons. It's probably one of the best fight scenes of the series. I think it rivals the nightclub bathhouse fight scene from the first film. There's different weapons used, different fighting styles, the location does change, and the kills are insane. The fight choreography is insane, and it's just non-stop. Because this movie picks up exactly where the second one left off. John Wick has been given an hour before he's deemed excommunicado, and every assassin in the world starts coming after him. And that's where the film begins. Him running down the rain-drenched New York sidewalk with his dog, and the clock is a-ticking. In this film, we get to see a lot more of the mythology and society behind the assassins and the head table and several other organizations like the one headed up by Lawrence Fishburne. We see Halle Berry as another manager of another continental hotel. I'm really glad that when Halle Berry does show up, she doesn't hang around through the whole rest of the movie. She does her part and then she's gone. She goes from Catwoman to Dog Lady in this film. She has two very well-trained Belgian Malinois, and they get in on some of the action and they do some really cool stuff with those two dogs because there's this huge fight scene and you just see fur missiles going all over the place. It's really well done. Angelica Houston pops up as the leader of this other organization, which kind of gives you a little bit about John Wick's background and how it was he came to be John Wick. Now, you don't get a lot of details with that kind of stuff. It's just kind of presented to you, but in a film like this, it doesn't really matter because it's all about the action scenes and they do not disappoint. Ian McShane is back as the manager of the New York Continental, and he's just great. There's this huge shootout at the end, and he's just sitting there with his glass of brandy, just chilling. And what I really like about these John Wick movies, besides the insane action and fight choreography that happens, is they're very sophisticated action movies. He's very much, dapper gentleman. He's in a suit. There's all the rules and the codes of honor, the blood oaths, things like that. It's almost reminiscent of medieval knights and their code of honor. Another thing I like about these John Wick movies is from the first one to this third one, the entirety of the action of these 3 films takes place over the course of a few weeks, from the time when Theon Greyjoy kills his dog to the end of this film. And of course they leave it open for a sequel. I mean, Keanu Reeves has said he would do these movies as long as people keep coming to see them, and I will keep coming to see them as long as he keeps doing them. But yeah, these films are definitely not highbrow intellectual films, but I think they are at least one step above your commonplace action film. Everything is streamlined, the emphasis is on the action, and it is for 100% entertainment purposes. And it seems like in each film, he's paying the consequences of his actions in the previous film. Like in 2, he paid the consequence of having to fulfill this blood oath because he came out of retirement to go avenge his dog. And in this film, he is paying the consequences of his actions during the second film, where he kills the guy on continental grounds. But yeah, I love the world that they've built for these films. More guns, more dogs, more animals in general, more shattered glass, and a shitload of knives. One thing I was a little disappointed in was there's this scene where he goes to see Angelica Houston, and she's teaching this ballet dancer, screaming at her is more like it. But then they walk through and there's like all these little ballerinas and they're all tatted up and kind of hard looking. And I was like, please, please, please let him fight like 30 ballerinas. That would be so amazing. But it didn't happen. Maybe next movie. My social media links are down below. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram's down there. Sometimes I post funny stuff. Sometimes. Well, that's gonna do it for this review. Until next time, this is Lindsay signing off. I'll check you later. And he throws like 5 knives into this guy's head, and then he throws an axe from all the way.